There are two films which are strikingly complementary. They are adapted from the same text. The creators both had decades of experience, a love for special effects, and enough respect to secure absolute creative control. One of these films would instigate the birth of an entire genre, while the other would be the only horror movie its country would ever make. These two films are the Russian V 1967 and the Italian Black Sunday 1960. They are both adapted from the Ukrainian folk story called V by treasured Ukrainian author Nikolai Gogol. The film V is commonly referred to as the only Soviet horror film. V was financed by the Soviet Union because of the admiration the state had for its original creator, Nikolai Gogol. Otherwise, a horror film would have never passed the Soviet censors. The film comes from a script written by Alexander Pushto and his two students Konstantin Yershov and Georgy Kropachov. His students are credited as directors of V, but Pushto is clearly the auteur of this production. There are only a few other directors in the Soviet Union considered as prolific as Pushto. He has been dubbed the Walt Disney of the Soviet Union, following a puppet animation he made of Gulliver's Travels in 1935. The Italian film Black Sunday, released in 1960 by Galetta Film, was the debut film of Mario Bava. Mario Bava is one of the highest regarded figures in Italian cinema. His directorial career is one of the greatest achievements of low-budget professional filmmaking. While Black Sunday was his directorial debut, he spent decades working as a cinematographer prior to this. A large reason why both these films are still relevant today is their achievement with practical effects. In V, the special effects are largely puppet-based. These are string-controlled marionettes. Pushko also uses strings to levitate human actors. Green screen use is also prevalent. On the other hand, in Black Sunday, Bava opts to maximize his small budget by playing to his strengths as a cinematographer. Shadow, fog, and silhouettes are his favorite tools. Black Sunday does not shy away from jarring action, though. Look at the scene in which Bava has a dummy replace an actor to achieve the actions of branding human skin and nailing a mask of spikes to the character's face. V to Western audiences is mildly jarring in its pace and structural focus on the spectacle of the film. The film is split into two equal-length portions. Western audiences are used to a story arc in feature films. However, Tushko's reason for doing this is an intentional enhancement of the special effects and size of the threat for the protagonist. This decision was likely made by Tushko because of his appreciation for special effects he acquired in the decades he spent as a puppeteer and animator. Black Sunday came out in 1960, 7 years before V. Bava already knew Gogol's exact story did not have to be preserved, and that Western audiences could not accept this story structure. He would make the addition of the love interest character for his protagonist. This addition makes Black Sunday a film about danger versus desire, and gives a grotesquely beautiful edge to the film. This style pioneered in Black Sunday was incredibly innovative. It kick-started Mario Bava's directorial career and gave birth to an entire genre of film called giallo. In addition, Mario Bava's film completely omits the use of dark humor, which is prevalent in Gogol's original text and the 1967 film. Today, adaptation is highly sensitive to the original text. It is fascinating and refreshing to observe how two masters of cinema take an ancient folk story and completely remake it into their ideal films with complete creative control. Thank you for watching.